Welcome to the video lecture series of electronic devices. Today's topic is light emitting diode, LED. You must be very well aware with this term LED. LED is a special purpose diode. See, the LED, it is a type of PN junction diode which emits light when forward biased, and it is known as a light emitting diode, and the abbreviation is what? LED. So here the amount of light which is at the output, it is directly proportional to the forward current. It means higher the forward current, higher the light output. LED is made of semiconductor material which is colorless, and the light is radiated through the junction of the diode. Means when you are connecting p-type semiconductor with the n-type semiconductor, then a junction is being formed, and this connection is being done with the help of some fabrication techniques. So from that particular junction, light is radiated. Light emitting diodes can be made from the semiconductor compound materials. You must remember this point. From the semiconductor compound materials like gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide, gallium arsenide phosphide, silicon carbide, and gallium indium nitride. So some of the examples I have mentioned over here, but other materials can also be used. In this particular case, germanium and silicons are not used. Why? Because silicon and germanium, they are essentially heat producing materials, and they are very poor in emitting light radiations. That is why for the fabrication or for the manufacturing of light emitting diodes, compound semiconductors are preferred. Now let us discuss the construction and working of light emitting diode. See, light emission over here occurs in three processes. What is the first process? Which is the generation of electron hole pair by excitation of the semiconductor. Second is the recombination of electron hole pair, and the third process is extraction of photons from the semiconductor as a result of the recombination. So this is how the process can be very well understand. How this light emitting diode is being actually fabricated. What is how many layers exist over there, how it looks like. So to understand that, let us discuss a cross-sectional view. See, this is the cross-sectional view of a typical diffused light emitting diode. Here a semiconductor material is used which is a direct band gap material. You have studied the two types of semiconductor materials, direct band gap and indirect band gap. In the case of the direct band gap material, the valence band minima and valence band maxima and conduction band minima are properly aligned, means momentum is same for that. So here you can see a n-type epitaxial layer is grown on a substrate, and a p region is deposited over there, and this deposition is done by the diffusion. So the metal anode connections, here you can see this is the metal anode. Let us say this is anode. Metal anode connections are made at the outer edge of p layer. This is at the outer edge of p layer, and the metal anode connections are made in such a way to allow more central surface for the light to escape. More central surface from here, light will escape out. So this is how these anodes are actually being formed at the outer layer. And a gold film is applied to the bottom of the substrate. See, this is the gold film. This gold film is applied to the bottom of the substrate to provide cathode connection. It means here is cathode and to enclosed in a sealed enclosure which is provided by a plastic window on the top of the enclosure to allow the light to pass through. You must have seen there is a plastic enclosure around the LED, and the plastic window is also provided with a lens, and this lens helps to focus the light out from the LED structure. So this is how you can understand and the construction or the formation of the light emitting diode. Now, how its working principle, how it works actually. To understand the working, you must remember that the LED must be in forward biased, then photons are generated by the recombination of the electrons, and these electrons are injected from N side and with holes in the P side of this junction. It means here it must be the into forward biased. So anode must be connected with the positive terminal of the battery and cathode must be connected with the negative terminal of the battery. So this is how the batteries must be connected over here. And you know that this is anode and this point is what? Cathode. So the process of giving of light energy by applying an electrical voltage, this process is known as electroluminescence. Electroluminescence. It means emission of light from a solid with the excitation provided by an electrostatic field. Now, let us consider the case of a forward biased PN junction. Forward biased PN junction. Now, a forward current flows due to the electron. So, here current flows because of electrons. And we know that electrons on N side are in higher conduction band, whereas holes on P side are in lower valence band. So recombination of excess electrons and holes takes place when current is passed through the PN junction. Means here recombination happens. Recombination occurs, which is actually the important phenomena. So when an electron recombines with a free hole, it falls from higher energy to the lower energy. Means higher energy to the lower energy. If it falls from this point to this point, then it releases a photon of wavelength corresponding to the energy difference. This energy difference, let us say E2 minus E1. And you must remember that during recombination, the energy difference is given up either in the form of the heat or in the form of light, which is actually happening over here. So this is how you can explain and you can understand how LED work. And this overall like recombination of electrons and holes, you can explain like from here it moves to this point, and this is how the overall function occur. Moving ahead, circuit symbol. What is the circuit symbol? How to represent the LED whenever you are going to construct, whenever you are to design any circuit? You can see diode is also a two-terminal device. The terminals are anode and cathode, and since it releases light, light is emitted. So here you can see these arrows are outward actually. It is a symbolic representation, that means here light is being released in the form of the photons. Here you can see some of the other diodes images, LED images have been shown over here. This is the image. You have seen this kind of LED in your laboratories or whenever you are purchasing LED. So there you will find the two terminals. One is the shorter leg and another is the longer one. The shorter one is the cathode. If you have to recognize, you must recognize the shorter one or the smaller one is the cathode and the longer one is the anode. And various colors LEDs are also available in the market. So color composition depends upon the type of material being used for the fabrication of the light emitting diode. So accordingly you can see red, yellow, green, blue, white, various colors of LEDs. And as I've told you that you can see various colors of LED. So depending upon the type of material used, like gallium arsenide, it is of infrared color. Gallium phosphide, red, yellow, green. Aluminium gallium phosphide, green. Gallium nitride, green. Zinc selenide, blue. So accordingly, some of the type of light emitting diodes, you must remember few as examples so that you can write in your examination as well. Now let us discuss the VI characteristic of the light emitting diode. See, VI characteristic here, two terms are very important. Whenever you are talking about the LED, whenever you are going to use LED in any electronic circuit, then efficiency and relative efficiency, these are very important terms. But since you have already studied the PN junction diode VI characteristic in the forward biased and in the reversed bias as well. So, and you are aware that light emitting diode, it works in forward biased. So in case of forward biased, you know how to apply the battery along the junction diode. Battery must be connected in such a way that P terminal is connected with the positive and N is connected with the negative. So the same characteristics like the case of the PN junction diode, but here you can see different colors behavior have been shown. White, blue, green, yellow, amber, red, infrared. On x-axis forward voltage has been taken, on y-axis forward current is being taken. Here you can see the cut-in voltage of LED is approximately 1.5 volt cut-in voltage. But you have studied in the case of the ordinary diode, the cut-in voltage is 0.7 for silicon and 0.3 for the germanium. So here cut-in voltage is approximately, you must note down this point, cut-in voltage is approximately 1.5 volt. At the same time, when PN junction is forward biased with a voltage greater than 1.5 volt, then recombination of electrons and holes takes place, and during the recombination process the electron release energy in the form of light. It release energy in the form of light, and this is the case when the applied voltage is greater than 1.5 volt. So this is how you can explain the characteristic and you can plot it. Let us discuss some of the advantages of the LED. LEDs are low cost, small in size and weight. Life of LEDs is very long. LEDs are very economical. It gives high degree of reliability. Efficiency is very high. LEDs are very durable, even it can withstand with some shocks and variations as well. That is why it can be utilized in any kind of circuit and its life is very high. It is not going to impacted with the shocks and variations or voltage fluctuations. The on and off time or switching time of the LED, it is very less. It is of the order of the 1 nanosecond. So you can visualize 1 nanosecond is very small. It means switching time is also very high. And it can be means if you are designing the LED, it can be given any desired shape. It's not mandatory it has to be designed in a cylindrical shape. It can be designed in any kind of shape. There are certain disadvantages as well. Disadvantages of the LED: temperature dependence of radiant output power and wavelength, even wide optical bandwidth. If you are going to design the large digits, then it will gives you the high cost. So there are certain disadvantages also. But what are the applications where the LEDs can be used? So there are many more applications where LEDs can be used. The common applications is in the display. LEDs are used in TV backlighting, as I've told you, for the display, for numeric and alphabetic display, in watches, calculators, in audio and video equipments. LEDs are also used in the signal display, in automotive, in dimming of lights, in optical switching applications, in certain alarm and security systems. LEDs can be used in remote controlled operations, in robotics. LEDs can be used as a light sources, like in the case of the smoke detectors, tachometers, or proximity detectors. So it has a wide applications, can be used in a number of places. Topic for the next video lecture is photodiode. Thank you so much for watching this video.